For example, this is kind of like the current standard American diet. You can see how much emissions that it produces, by diet type. And here to the right, you see a variety of other different diets that were also looked at and measured. If you want to look at food source, there's some great information out there. For example, you can check out the National Climate Assessment. There's a lot of great resources out there. This is just one of them. This is the fifth National Climate Assessment is the U.S. government's preeminent report on climate change impacts, risks, and responses. And in some of those chapters, food emissions, they have information about that. For example, if you go here, I think to agriculture, and you can read this chapter, and I think they have a slide as well. You can see here. Let's see if I can come to it real quick. Yeah, right here. So this is the emissions impact of different protein foods. This is per 100 grams of protein. You can see here kind of the emissions impact of a variety of different foods. For example, this is from the National Climate Assessment, the fifth report. Another question, is there any information by the EPA or US government that talks about how dietary change can reduce emissions? So in this National Climate Assessment, they do talk about it in great detail. If you go to, I think it's in mitigation, right? The solutions chapter. See if I can get rid of that. Okay, and then if you just click on expand all, and then I think a quick way to find it is I just type in, and then here we have a section. We've got the section on reducing food waste here, and then shifting diets is also mentioned. You can read about it, and they've got some visuals of their findings as well. You can see here, for example, this is kind of like the current standard American diet. You can see how much emissions that it produces, by diet type. And here to the right, you see a variety of other different diets that were also looked at and measured for their emissions reduction potential. And you can see here, for example, the vegan diet was able to reduce production emissions by over 500 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. And it also has the potential to sequester additional carbon in the land, right? When you shift to that diet as well. So that's some additional potential mitigation as well. And then over here, you can see the potential to reduce premature deaths from air pollution by adopting different diets. They also included that information there as well. So they have a lot of information about this and resources. But also, I would encourage you to look at the many studies that the EPA report also cited in that report. A lot of really great studies there as well. But either report should get you a lot of information about that.